Good morning. We're here at Nordlie's in Warren, Michigan, and I'm actually demonstrating some products by a company called Fitz. They are very well known for having beautiful jewelry quality products to use for corsages and boutonnieres. I'm actually wearing one right here. This was actually designed as a hair clip for ladies, but it also makes a pretty phenomenal boutonniere for a guy to wear. Very, very easy to construct. It has a small plastic back tied on with a white ribbon that allows you to glue directly to that, because these pieces are actually designed to be worn after the party. It's not just a one-time gig that's disposable. So after the party and the flowers have faded, you would cut the ribbons across here, and this could then be worn as a piece of jewelry. It simply clips right onto the lapel, has this wonderful dynamic line that the clip has created. This piece was actually created to be worn in the hair, but now I'm going to take the same piece to design it to be worn on top of the shoulder. This would be really cool on certain types of wedding dresses, maybe the Grecian ones that have a one-sided asymmetrical line. We're going to start out with just a little bit of foliage as a back.
This is the coolest.
This is Italian ruscus. It's a very hardy foliage that holds up very well. I'm using an adhesive made by a company called Oasis. It's a cold adhesive. It goes on really, really quickly, and we're just gluing it right into the ribbon that has been tied onto the top of the stand. This ribbon by Berwick Offray has some great quality to it. It sparkles so that it catches as the bride or party goer moves around. We're using a little bit of Australian foliage here from a product called Brasilia. It's known for having little berries, but the foliage is actually very wonderful, sort of feathery-like. We're trying to create some wonderful lines in the design. So I've got a line extending here. I'm going to take that line out the back so it appears to come all the way through the design.
This is actually a buckle, but this is more hot.
Then I'm going to use a little bit more of the Italian ruscus, just to hide our mechanics, because we don't really want all of that being seen. A little bit of Oregonia. This is variegated, so it has a wonderful contrast in the green and the green color of the foliage. All of this is just being glued in very, very carefully. You don't want to use too much glue, but at the same time, if you use the right amount, it will hold in there very well. Then we're going to use some small Cymbidium orchids. Cymbidiums hold up very, very well, so these are something that you could actually do a day or two, even 3 days in advance. As long as they're kept in a bag, you've put a finishing spray on the flowers, and then keep it in the cooler.
You can order today.
This is not something you would have to wait until the very last minute to make. Keeping in mind, if this is going to be worn on the shoulder, you want flowers to be to the front, to the back, and to the side, not up here banging into the neck of the person that's going to be wearing it. So always keep that in mind. To add a little extra bling, I'm going to use these little rhinestones. They actually have an adhesive on the back. So all you have to do really is just peel them off.
So here's what you do. You change the price
and stick them on.
And we talked about something called signature percent. Make really expensive, fancy.
Add a little extra sparkle to it.
But the doctor's daughters get one, the attorney's daughters get.
So this could be worn on top of the shoulder. We've got another piece that I've also created. This one is called a fascinator. Fascinators are very, very popular right now, especially with bridal work. Rather than using the traditional bridal veil, they're using a headband, and in this case we've used Fitz rhinestone headband, a couple of the Lady Amherst pheasant feathers, a couple of the metal leaves that have rhinestones on them. These are taking the place of the traditional fabric leaves that we've seen for decades in corsage work. People need to really upgrade their corsage work. This is actually a dress accessory. It's not just something that's pinned on at the last minute as an afterthought. This is actually coordinated to what the person is wearing. So in this case, we've actually used some of the sparkle tulle by Berwick Offray. some more of the adhesive rhinestones, 2 feathers, and then the ends of the feathers that I cut off are glued in up here. Some of the Brasilia berries, 1 stem of green Lysianthus, and a little bit of Solidago here to the back. A very, very beautiful look. It can be worn in the hair, and then after the party, when the flowers have faded, you simply cut the ribbons at the back, take it off, and you continue to wear the headband as jewelry. Thanks so much. I hope you've enjoyed it.